No, just happy to it's good to get out here and work. First of all, it's always good to be have, not that it's a full house, but to have people here. Some distractions with the audio and all that stuff, but just a good chance to get out here and kind of simulate some situations. And it's pretty predictable that the penalties, exchange problems. I think we had 4 of those. 3 of them were shotguns, snaps. That's the stuff we can't have 3 weeks from now. We expect to win, so just part of the process. But I think overall, after 9 days, guys have been they've been working hard and showing improvement. A lot of improvement. A lot of the younger guys, especially. It's fun to see them. They tend to improve a little bit more than some of the older guys, but I think we're getting good leadership still, just as I said yesterday. And the work ethic's good, so a lot of things can still be determined. But happy to be at day 9 here, and we're going to break tomorrow and reconvene, see what it looks like here tomorrow on the tape.
A couple of injuries out there. Myslinski and Phillips, I think, went down.
I think they're both fine. Yeah, one guy got poked in the eye, and Mike came back. He was okay, so nothing. Knock on wood, nothing major. So far, so good.
Being able to have the kids out here, for Kids Day, what's that kind of moment like for you every year getting out there to do this?
Yeah, I just, the wave is the best ever. Yeah, it's just the best ever. I think a kick captain program is number 2. I'm not sure Hawks, I think, was involved. She was on the front end of that. Not sure. I don't want to, not give everybody credit that deserves it, but what a great concept. It's just a great concept. It's a two-way street. Our seniors get to spend 15, 20 minutes with them up in the locker room, get to score them with them, and it's just a good reminder for not only the players but coaches and all of us. I tell our guys frequently we all choose to do this, and then equally as important, we're able to do this. And certainly not everybody can say that. It's just a good reminder of how lucky we got it. And, you want to talk about, again, typically courage, the children that, are being treated over there. It's an amazing thing. And there's a sense of community, too, which I think it's a lot like sports in some ways, obviously, a bit more serious than maybe not hitting a field goal when you want, that type of deal.
Seth Anderson really stood out to us today. Has that been a consistent theme throughout camp?
Yeah, he's really had a good spring and a good camp here. And I think all of the seniors, really done a good job. And it's kind of weird. I think we have 4 seniors and then, like 4 or 5 other guys that aren't. But I think the whole group's improved. And Seth certainly did a really good job right now.
Kirk.
Every day's been good. Yeah, every day's been good. And, his judgment's really impressive. Like he did some things there. You can tell he's on top of things. There are a couple throws maybe that were really good. And then a couple that are just like that, and 5 days ago it was like that. So he's closing that gap, and just again, mostly just so impressed with the way he operates and the way he carries himself. He's got a real, a genuine confidence, and it's earned, and you can tell he's thinking the right way out there. That's really impressive.
Kirk, the one quarterback we hadn't seen till today was Ryan. What's he been like since he's gotten here? And
Ryan, you said?
Yeah, and seeing Pat just in a Hawkeye shirt this morning was different. Has your relationship with Pat changed since Ryan got here?
Well, yeah, it's better. I mean, I'm not really buddy with a lot of guys in our conference, but I don't have that many friends actually outside of our building. But no, Pat, I've always had great respect for Pat, and I'm sure he picked 2 guys. Him and Paul Chris were 2 guys I always felt a lot about, and so we were excited that Ryan was interested in coming here. And it's been fun to get to know Pat in a non-competitive way. So yeah, it's been great. And quickly figure that one out. Like Stacy runs that place, kind of like most coaches, I guess. And she's in charge of that. But they're a great couple. Ryan's a really tremendous young guy. He's a winner, and it's all new for him right now. So I mean, it's things are happening fast. We wanted to get more work with our threes, but we've got a little thin with a couple positions, so we just couldn't. But we'll get more work hopefully this next Saturday, but also during the days as we move forward. Yeah, really since January when he got here, and it's a good not to diminish the value of recruiting, but I can't remember where he was going. And he came up for a game October, early November with his dad, and got to meet with him afterwards. Just really impressed with both people. Dad played Florida, South Florida, when they were starting the program with Jim Levitt. So he played for Jim. And boy, I tell you, he and his wife are just a really impressive couple. She came up in December. We were really impressed with him. Thought he was a good player, and How much do you think he weighs? You guys, you were the guy in the circus, you know. Right. It's over 200 pounds. I would have said 180 just looking at him and the equipment, but he weighs 200 pounds. He's done a really good job. He's a really mature guy, and his mom does. Great people. So, just really happy to see it.
The ball security stuff over the next few years, how do you get that?
It'll get better. I mean, I don't want to say it happens every year, but it does. In fact, it's been worse, but it's nothing to, you know, I mean, nobody's happy about it. And quarterback center exchanges were the ones, and just being sloppy. And first one was a veteran player, so I mean, you know, you got no better there. Younger guys, you understand that a little bit. And they're just, you know, making tough catches. That's part of football. And so we do a little better job there. You know, and the quarterback can't always put the throw right into your hands. Like sometimes you got to go get it. And so those are the things the next couple of weeks we can get better at. And I think with work that'll happen.
With Jeremy, obviously,
yeah.
You kind of see just looking in there. Is that something that you're seeing pretty much?
Yeah, he's interesting. And I'm really curious to see what it looks like in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, he gives you. He's got, you know, whatever you'll call it, fuel, moxie, whatever. He's got a little something to him. So he's a really intriguing guy. And some of that stuff's run pass option. I learned one thing today. He leans to the pass as opposed to the run. So, you know, we may have to work on that a little bit. But it's dicey at all. He's not even dicey. He's going to throw it. Which is okay because guys that throw the ball like to do that. So, but yeah, I've really been impressed with him. He's got a quarterback's mindset.
With your defense, go ahead, Scott.
You've got a lot of rotation going on. You have tackle, both
Yep.
first team, second team, move you guys around. Is that a position you expect to kind of go all the way through camp and maybe even complete into the season just kind of before you make it?
Yeah, I think so. And it's three guys. And Algar probably looks more comfortable at tackle than he does guard. But and I'm not suggesting he'll be starting, but he's doing a good job so far. But yeah, all three of those guys have shown some good things. So it's encouraging for sure. We'll see how it all plays out. And, you know, when you got a problem, it's like when it's like, I don't know which of those three can play or won't play. These guys have all really improved. And it's a fun time to watch that. So one thing about camp, things become more apparent every day, every week. So, you know, we'll know a little bit more next Sunday if you guys play.
What's it all about? What home coach?
I think I've been impressed with him. He's really done a good job. You know, he hasn't played a lot if you think about it. Like, you know, he's played, but he hasn't played a lot. So, you know, compared to like Mark, you know, Mark's got a lot more experience, game experience. I think that's where he's lacking a little bit. But he impressed us in the spring. He's impressed us in 9 days practice, and I just see, you know, a lot of upside with him. He's a great young guy. First of all three of those guys are really, and the other two guys are too. Sullivan and Fitz. So it's a good group of guys that are thick in football and just seeing some good things. But, you know, Hank, as you saw, he can throw it, and he made some good throws, and he's been doing that all camp. So it's encouraging. I'm standing here 2 years ago. 2 years ago today was the day kind of things changed in our with a quad injury, right? Yeah. Which how do you predict that? And it looked like, you know, everything was good, and boom, down he went. And, you know, you can't predict those things. There's no way. But, you know, we're in better shape, obviously, in a lot of ways. You know, 2 years later, very same day. That was the start of a challenging period for us.
Kirk, what's the difficulty in kind of assessing the passing defense and the passing game? Because the passing game did show some flashes, but we know you're a little bit dinged up in the second half.
It goes back and forth, yeah. And the other thing you got to factor in, which I don't know how you put a percentage on it, but, you know, defense recognition is a big thing on defense. And, you know, once you get into camp, and it's going to get really interesting with players and coaches, the psychology of things. Especially past this week. This week will be okay. It'll be tolerable next week. That last week has just been like her, but it's like, you know, the recess police guy out there, you know, third graders, okay, you get over here, you get over here. And part of it is the defense knows the offense and what's the offense. So they start running the routes for guys and all that kind of stuff. So we're not quite there yet, but it's I think both sides are doing a pretty good job.
2 more questions.
Are Des and Jaleel officially with the team, or are they just here?
No, they were here all week, and you know, we got a lot of visitors come through here, former players, and, you know, maybe some good things about, or bad things about not, you know, being here so long. And one of the good things is you know, you got a lot of years. So I think we have 4 former players this week in here, and the messages they deliver are pretty good. And you know, those guys were here all week. They've been here since last Sunday, so they've gotten some guys really worked. And the other guy brought his son, was here for 3-4 days. So that's stuff you can't buy. You know, you can't buy. And yeah, that's one of the fun things about this. So, and camp's a great time for that, where they can just kind of blend in with this. And, it's, you know, perspective's always a good thing. The guys are 20 years away from it, or 10 years away from it, and done other things. They look at the college experience a little bit different than the guys living it right now. So, yeah, you can't pay for that.
But Mark was zipping it down.
I'm sorry.
Mark was zipping it down the field, but is there anything really you'd like to see out of him besides?
No, he just needs work. You know, I'm on the train. I'm sold on him and sold on the other guys. I like what we're seeing here. So, you know, it literally is a much healthier situation we've been in. But yeah, they're all progressive, and you know, I think the biggest thing, what you see of Mark today, I'm guessing will look better next Saturday, and then actually the second Saturday. Probably won't be progressive, but you know, 3 weeks from now, he should be playing a little better, and I think he'll just keep getting better during the year because he's wired that way.
How concerned are you with the season?
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. I mean, just, you know, there's no reason to. His demeanor's been great. You know, he wants to get back, and he had a really good spring. Started out the same way here until he got injured. And so, I'd rather him be out here, obviously, with everybody, but at least the guy who's played, he's still learning. His mind's wired. He's seeing things that maybe he wanted to see 3 years ago. So it's not a major concern at all. And, you know, I think he'll be fine and get back in. We'll be better when he's back on the field.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Kirk.